Hello and welcome to Whisky.com, where fine spirits meet. And today I'm in Japan, and here I'm at the Chichibu Distillery. The distillery was founded by the founder Ichiru, and the distillery is a bit smaller. It's owned by the venture company, which was founded in 2008, and the distillery was built in 2008. The company was founded in 2004, and the distillery was founded in 2008. But the history of the company goes a bit further back, because behind me is a still from the Hanshu distillery, and they have been here way before, and they made a blended whiskey with other spirits in it, and they tried to imitate the Scottish whiskey. But today they make their own style of whiskey. They have very nice copper stills, and they make a malt whiskey. And today we're gonna find out how the Chichibu whiskey is made. So here we are at the malt mill, and in front of me is one of the sacks of malt, and that actually comes from England or other parts of Europe. But the very good thing about Chichibu is that they already have some contracts with local farmers, and they get their barley from the local farmers and they malt them in a special building. So they produce about 10-15% of their malt from local sources. And here is the inspection table. So they spread out their malt to inspect them for foreign objects or for any other quality issues. And if the quality is really good, then they put it here in the hole, and off it goes into the malt mill. This here is the malt mill. It's a roller mill with 4 steel rollers, and the distance can be adjusted to adjust the distance for different seasons. When it's hot, then the distance is different to when it's cold. And this is very important for later when we make the wort, to have the right amount of flour, grist and husk in it. So they get a good wort out of it to get enough sugar and quality for the whiskey. After the malt mill, we are standing here at the mash tun. And the mash tun is made from stainless steel with a wooden lid, and it has a capacity of 2,400 liters, but it is only filled to 2,000 liters, so it doesn't overspill. The Chichibu Distillery washes their malt twice, and then you release it here with a lever, and the third time, the washing from the third time is kept in a separate tank, and then it is used for the first washing again, so you have a higher content of sugary and on starch. Inside the mash tun, the grist, the enzymes from the barley split up the starch and produce sugar, which is better fermented into the alcohol that is needed to produce the whiskey. So after the mash came down from the mash tun and through the heat exchanger, it ends up here in the fermentation tanks, one of the 8 fermentation tanks. And what is special about these fermentation tanks here is that they are made of Quercus mongolica, which is the Japanese oak, and this gives a special flavor to the Chichibu whiskey. The fermentation takes about 4 days. In the beginning, you have alcoholic fermentation, which gives you about 7% alcohol, and in the end, you have the lactose fermentation from lactose bacteria, which the wood is very good for this bacteria. So you have a stable lactose fermentation, and that gives you a fruity flavor, which is unique to the Chichibu whiskey. Right next to me is the wash still, where the magic happens. And here you can read it's Forsyth, Scotland. So this is a Scottish wash still. It's rather small, and it's pear-shaped, and it's it doesn't have any constricting pieces or reflux bowls. So the distillation goes straight into the condenser and gives you a rather heavy and rich flavor. And this is what the people from Chichibu are looking for. They want a heavy and rich flavor for their malt whiskey. It goes down, the line arm is falling, which also goes for heavy whiskey, and comes back here into the spirit safe. And here the whiskey is separated and measured. And right next to me we have the spirit still. And the spirit still produces the flavor of the whiskey. And it's very important to just take the good hard piece and put it into the casks. So that's what the people at the Chichibu Distillery are doing. They are separating the good spirit, the hard piece, from the heads and the tails. And usually you do that with measurements, and you have a final measurement out, and then you do just the same thing with measurements all over again. But here at the Chichibu Distillery, they actually taste all the spirits, and they have the right kind of flavor they're looking for, and that's how they want to produce the whiskey. After the spirit still is done, you have a spirit of about 70% alcohol. Behind me is the bottling line. Even though the Chichibu Distillery is a bit smaller, they have their own bottling line, and they do their own bottling, and they do their own labeling and different bottle sizes and different labels for different countries. Here is the Ishoros malt from the Mitsanara Wood Reserve, which is a Japanese oak. And the very good thing about Chichibu is they believe in a natural color, and they do non-chill filtering, so you get a very pure whiskey. So after the distillation, all whiskey ends up in the cask, and they fill up the cask with 63.5% ABV, and they all store their whiskey in dunnage warehouses. They have 4 warehouses, and they're just expanding to a 5th one. And the very good thing about dunnage warehouses, they are very flat, and they store their whiskies to 3 or 4 stories tall, and that means the temperature is not so high, because usually when you have a building at the top it's very high. So this gives you a very moist, damp atmosphere for all the whiskey, and that's the right way to mature a slow maturing whiskey like the Chichibu whiskey. And the good thing here is they have a great diversity in casks. First of all, we have the majority is bourbon barrels for the main part of the whiskey, and then we have a lot of different casks. Here is a Barbados, which is a rum cask. Then I have seen small casks, quarter casks, which have a lot of wood per volume. And then you have sherry casks, you have wine casks, you have port casks. I've seen puncheons, and there are a few tequila casks, and there are grappa casks, and brandy, I don't know. But they have such a variety on casks, so they want to find out how they can do their spirit even better. And this is then where the whiskey is matured, and later it goes into bottling, and that's what we will enjoy in our malt whiskey in the glass. I'm sitting here with Yumi-san.
Yes.
You're the brand ambassador of the Chichibu Distillery. You've been 4 years in the company, and you brought some experience back home from Scotland.
Yes.
So thank you very much for having us.
Thank you very much for your time and coming to the Chichibu Distillery.
Yeah, so what are we having today? We're having...
Yes, this is a wine reserve, then Mizunara Reserve, then double distilleries. These 3 are our regular product.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So these are from the highly available.
Yes. The volume wise is still a little bit limited, but yes, we are making effort to produce.
Mm-hmm. So what is with the double distillery? Why is it called the double distillery?
Double distillery means 2 distilleries. So we are using Chichibu and former distilleries from Hanyu and combined together.
The Hanyu distillery.
Yes.
Can I pour it, or would you want to pour it?
I hope you like it.
Are you gonna have some with me, or are you not allowed to drink?
I'm a little bit.
Little bit. Okay. So Hanyu Distillery, I've heard from Shu-san that it was the distillery, the old distillery.
Yes.
So how old was the old distillery?
the Hanyu Distillery was established in 1980s. Possibly it was 1983, people said. Yes. Then our owner Ichiro, his family business date back to 1625 as sake brewer. Then Ichiro's grandfather started his own company in Hanyu. That was just after 1945, so 1946 around. Then he got a whiskey making license in Japan, which was very rare at the time. Then he had a great passion for making whiskey too. Then his grandfather and Ichiro's father both started the distillery in 1980s.
In Hanyu.
Yes, in Hanyu.
Okay, and the distillery then somehow got closed, and
yes,
now
unfortunately.
the grandson opened in the spirit.
Yes.
Opened Chichibu Distillery.
Because first time Ichiro had about 400 casks of Hanyu. He took over from the new company because the new company wasn't very interested in whiskey business that time. It was late 1990s. Then the new company was trying to throw away everything because keeping whiskey in a warehouse it cost a lot. Then
he wanted to throw away. Oh no!
You cannot imagine, right? So Ichiro thought he has to save his children's 400 casks. Then he started this company in 2004.
With the casks?
With the casks. But of course, when Ichiro's keep selling the Hanyu, someday it will be gone because it's really limited. So that's why he started this Chichibu Distillery for himself and also for future generation.
Nice. So what do you say? You say kanpai?
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 Yes. How do you feel?
It's good. It has a vanilla, bit of caramel. Also, it's strong. It from the bit of a woody flavor. And how much ABV is it?
It's a 46.
46 and natural color and unchill filtered.
Yeah.
So, what's the company looking for in the future? Is do you want to expand, or are you just happy? Oh, okay, we're now here.
Yeah, it's a very difficult question. Of course, we need to make more like a volume because the demand is really huge.
Okay.
But our production is really limited, so always we have to apologize to customer. We don't have many, but it's not good for the future, I think. Of course. But the important thing is quality and volume.
Yeah.
So we are seeing the quality, and on the other hand, of course, chasing the volume too. So we cannot just jump up, but gradually we can build.
Okay, you want to increase gradually.
Yes.
Okay.
That's nice. It's very well balanced, and you can feel, as you said, it's like caramel or something, like a nice tannin, woody flavor, and also like a pear, green apple, banana a little bit.
It's a good mixture between spiciness, intense, and a little sweetness and fruitiness.
Yes.
It's round. Is it? Do you know how many years it's roughly about?
This one, it's about between 5 to 10 years.
5 to 10 years.
Sometimes over like 20 years old of Hanyu.
The Hanyu is a bit older and the
Yes.
Chichibu is a bit younger. Yeah, the Hanyu, if you say 1990, it should be 20 years every barrel. Okay, so this is now the Ichiro's is the founder.
Yes, Ichiro is the name of the founder. His
So-
name is Ichiro Akto.
Acto.
Excuse me, yes.
Okay. So this is Mitsunara wood. I've seen your cooperage. Very, very, very nice.
It's very important, like having cooperage, even if it's very small company.
I don't do that much either, but
I do a little bit
just for the taste.
for the flavors.
a bit lighter. It's also 46?
Yes.
You do all the whiskeys 46?
For the standard, yes, product. But for the single malt, slightly higher, like sometimes 50 something, or the highest one was 62.5.
62.5.
Yes.
When you have the barrels, you do have hot summers. I've heard 36, 38 degrees
Yes.
Celsius.
It's very hot and humidity is quite high, so it's not very good for human being, I think.
But the winter is minus 10?
Yes.
You get a lot of snow up here?
Sometimes, but not that much.
Not that much.
Only like a 5 centimeter or 10 centimeter, maybe 3 times or 4 times a year.
Okay.
The sweetness is different from double distilleries.
So this is only Chichibu?
No, the Chichibu is a key malt, and also we are using some Scotch too. And we bring it back to distillery, then keep it in the warehouse for like nearly 5 years. Sometimes the base whiskey was like over 20 years old. So it's really depend on the batch, but we are playing with many single malt. Then for this product, the key is a hint of peatiness or smokiness.
A hint of smokiness?
Yes, it's very tiny amount, but we use a little bit of peaty whiskey too. That's giving the very good layers in the flavor.
Very smooth. Oh, now it's got a bit of a kick. The Mitsunara oak is very uncommon. Before I've got into the Japanese whiskey, I did a bit of research. Quercus mongolica is the oak. I've never heard of it. Do you use that very often here? Is it?
We hope, but the Mizunara tree is very rare tree, so it's mainly coming from north part of Japan, like Hokkaido or Tohoku area. Then we cannot get a lot.
Okay, so it's expensive as well.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen the trees a bit. They look a bit stranger.
But the flavor is completely different from other oaks. So
okay, we had a bit of a discussion with the distillery manager about the flavor. How would you describe the flavor that comes from that?
Very difficult. Sometimes people said, like it's same as when you are walking around shrine or temples in Japan. Yes, like an incense flavor. But
okay.
I always pick up some different types of spiciness and woodiness too. The spiciness is not like green pepper or white pepper or black pepper, but something different connect to the wood. Yes.
Okay, so a little bit oriental, a bit spiciness, like that. Okay.
Oriental is the word, but I know oriental smell.
It's
or
very, very vague.
Yes.
Yeah, but taste is always very difficult to explain. Taste is taste, and words are words, and you can try to explain it, but you really have to taste it to feel the whiskey. So last one is a bit red, and there's no color in it, so it's real red. So wine wood reserve.
Yes.
Interesting. Okay.
It's a nice color. I'm gonna keep it here.
Oh, you have a full glass?
Yes, it's very different color.
Yeah, it's. I've been in one of the warehouses, and you have such a great variety of casks. Where do you get them all from? Do you have a really good purchasing person?
Yes, it's very international. Yes.
So he knows all the people from Spain and, and Portugal.
Yes, because for purchasing casks, the relationship is very important.
Oh yeah.
I think it's same as a business. If you get just an email from someone, then
Yeah.
if someone asked you, can you sell me good one? Blah, blah, blah. Maybe you don't really feel like if I can sell it or not, but someone's coming to you, then talking about the passion for making whiskey. Then sometimes having drinks at night, then making really great relationship. Then maybe you can understand. Then you can start selling like good product to someone.
So you have someone who goes over there and
Yes.
talks to the people. Oh yeah, that's important. Oh, that's very grapey, and I would say bit of fruity and
Yes.
grapey, fruity, fresh fruity.
Very active.
Oh, that's a sherry bomb. That's definitely a sherry whiskey or a wine whiskey. But it's dry as well. Dry. I like your whiskey. So yeah.
Thank you very much.
Arigato.
ありがとうございます。
That's a Japanese word for thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dankeschön.
Dankeschön. Yeah, thank you very much for watching. And if you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up. And if you know some people who might find this video interesting, then please feel free to share this video with your friends.
Thank you very much.